and hopefully everyone won't get on my back for that. Like I said, I accidentally didn't record the rest of our webinar, but the most important part is our interview with Hank. And so we'll be speaking to Hank now. So Hank, thank you so much for coming on. So you've enrolled 6 All-Stars and doing some amazing things, and you've got some huge goals coming up. So what changed for you? I know you've been in the business, you know, you were enrolled about 12 months ago, but it was just this last week that things really changed for you. So can you just share a little bit about what changed for you there? Oh, now we've lost Hank. Hank, are you there? I could hear you earlier, but now it's... There you are. Is that... It's dropping in and out. Sorry about this, everyone. Well, hopefully... So does anyone, you know, while we're waiting for Hank to come on, do you have any questions about enrolling business partners? Is there something that in particular that, you know, you feel like you're having a little bit of a struggle with? Is there something that, you know, we could talk about tonight on the webinar and see if we could, you know, address some of those issues that you might be facing with enrolling business partners? Just wait a little bit and see if there's any questions. Oh, okay, we've got Hank back. So if you do have any questions, just bring those up. You can pop them in the question panel, and Annette's here. So Hank, are you there?
Yes, I am. Now, my absolute apologies for that. I don't know what's gone wrong, but we'll certainly need to fix that.
No worries. That's great to have
you
back.
It's all part of life.
It is, and it's part of technology, which something that I've just come to accept now. So nothing you can do about it.
No, that's all right. Well, we're here now, so that's
good.
all that matters.
I can hear you really clearly, which is great. So.
Right, excellent.
Okay, so I was just saying before, you know, you enrolled about 12 months ago, but it's only been this last week that something changed for you. So what is it? You know, you've been able to enroll 6 All-Stars. You've got amazing plans for the future. What is it that's changed for you now?
Well, look, let's go right to the outset. I think I was tricked into the business by James Hannon because he said to me, hey, listen, I've got this really good deal. So long story short, I enrolled as an All-Star and then threw my stuff in the bottom of the cupboard for about a year. And then James rang and he said, mate, do you realise what's going on in your business? You better go and have a look. So I had a look and it blew me away that somebody would actually do something in an organisation. And when you look at the actual concept of it, we've got $1 million company at our disposal ready to help us to grow. And his words were, Hank, you are missing out. Now, man, I don't want to miss out on anything. So we made a decision, Jan and I, because Jan's not really that keen on a business like this. It's not traditional, see. So we made an agreement 90 days. That doesn't give me a very big window 90 days. So how much can we do in 90 days by following the dual networking system? And that's all we do, just follow the system. So the decision was 90 days, flat out, best that we can do with the resources that we have, and they're absolutely brilliant resources. So we don't do anything really different than what the dual networking system teaches us.
Yeah. I like what you said there, best. Sorry, I like what you said there, best that you can do. You know, and knowing that you've given it 100%. So yeah, go on.
That's right. And so, you know what? I learned a long time ago from my father, growing up in a big family, that you have one mouth and two ears. And so you should use those in direct proportion to what you were given. In other words, you just be quiet and you listen. And when you're talking to people, irrelevant of where they are, irrelevant of what they're doing, irrelevant of where, you know, your surroundings, people give you little messages. And if you ask one or two direct questions or the right questions, you can pick up a lot of information in a short time. And that's all I've done, is that I've listened to their messages, and you know what? Everyone can use an extra $50 a week. Everyone can use an extra 100. But you've got to remember, what have you actually got in your hand here is a business model that can set you free for the rest of your life. All you need to do is apply what dual networking scripts are and prospecting is and the system itself, and you can set yourself free in a very, very short time. And man, that makes me excited. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, like you said, you've been in traditional business. So how are you finding? You know, I know I've been there too in traditional business. But you know, what do you see as the potential of this compared to, say, a traditional business? Well, look, you know, since we actually made the commitment, or I actually made the commitment about eight or 9 days ago, and before that, I had 300,000 or 400,000 reasons, you know, to go to work every day, manage our business, because that's sort of the value of where it was at. But unless I actually go there, nothing's going to happen. Right? What we're doing here is, as you know, the system teaches, you multiply what you have, and it gets to a point where it can become self-perpetuating. And you don't need to be there anymore if you don't wish. So to me, it's work it once, work it right, and the rest will take care of itself. Yeah, absolutely. So what is it that's driving you? You know, what drives you, and what is keeping your focus for this 90 days? Man, you know, I've worked for 40 years in traditional business. In construction, hard work every day, out there 35, 40 degrees, you know, hard work. And I used to say to myself, son, Hank, you know, you're born to a life of hard labour, but in reality, we are only you know, a product of the decisions that we make. And so, you know, if I see what we have in our hand now, it's going to far outweigh what we've done in the past. So I haven't been this excited about something new for a long, long time. And it's, look, the quicker we can do it, the quicker we're free. Yeah. As simple as that. Isn't that awesome? I love that. The quicker you can do it, the quicker you're free. That's it. Now, you know, I asked you a question the other day because I find it hard, you know, sort of, except from my own perspective and my own thinking, how does it impact like a mother? You know, how does it impact, you know, imagine being 20 years old and having what you've got in your hand now and realising what it was. Man, you could, by the time you're 27 or 28, you could be free for the rest of your life. That could be 60 years of joy, happiness, peace, not worrying about where the dollars are going to come from. And if you wanted to make more, the opportunity's still there. If I don't go to work and lay bricks, money's going to dry up pretty quick.
Yep.
It's simple fact.
Yeah. That's, you know, it's such a big difference, isn't it? And our training day on Saturday, it's interesting because, you know, Glenn he's an accountant, and one of the things that happened, they were in church in a business meeting, and the man that was, you know, leading it, he said, okay, stand up if you're in business. So, you know, everyone stood up in business who was in business for themselves. And then he said, sit down if your business can keep running if you're not there. And everybody sat down except for James Hannon, and that was a story that Glenn said, because, you know, that stood out to him in his mind. Like he's like, well, what does this man do? He's the only one in this big room full of business people that the business will keep running even when he's not there. So,
correct.
You know, it's an awesome freedom
Naomi,
lifestyle.
One of the things that I think about is this, that, you know, we look at what we do, and we call ourselves social entrepreneurs now. I don't think we give enough latitude or enough enormity about what we actually have in our hand. You know, you could be running a multi-country business, you know, with millions of dollars of turnover from a $625 All-Star pack.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
And you know, if you want to do the work the way that the dual networking system says, and you decide to yourself that you're not going to give up, how can you fail?
Yeah, yeah, fantastic.
You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. If you're committed to this and dedicated, you can't fail. You should follow the system. So just then, you know, we go into the how you're doing it, because I know, you know, everyone's waiting, and we do have dual networking. I know you're following that. So just sort of go through the process. So what do you say initially, you know, when you're speaking to people?
I wanted to give you an example about a young guy, 21 years old. I never met this guy up until last Friday. I've never seen him before, never met him before. And he was standing on the side of the road doing traffic control, and I was in my ute doing a few things. And he's standing there, and man, it's hot outside. It is 40 degrees, and this poor guy has got his high-vis on. And while he had his paddle there, we just spoke for a minute. I said, man, it's hot out there, isn't it? He goes, yes, it certainly is. I said, you should look for something else, mate. And he goes, oh, only if, you know, I need the money. So that was, for me, that was enough. Quickly give me your email address, and I'll show you something. But I'm only going to show you once. All right? So I sent him a link, and I think it was about 4:30 in the afternoon. I got a little message back, I want more info. So from that, he registered as an all-star today. Now, I'm not going to muck around. To me, you're either an all-star or forget it. Not because we don't want customers, not because, but you know, to me, there's only two levels in the business. There's the all-star and the one that's above an all-star. Why would you want to be in a business that you only sell product or be a customer? And I understand that, but from my perspective, if you want to build a business and you want to be free, because that's the message that we're selling, then you've got two choices to make. One, you're either in, or two, forget it, because I'm building it anyway. So we just use that on fire script, you know, that last script.
Wow.
I either want you at the top of the tree with me, or don't come running to me in 5 years' time and say, man, I wish I would have done that, because it ain't going to happen. Choice. $625 now, You get $600 worth of product, and then we help you to develop what I've just done with you. You in or out? Now,
Wow.
out of the 14 that we've showed, or 15 that we've showed, more than half have signed as an All-Star. Now, we've got two guys on the other side of, if you know Melbourne at all, it's probably, I don't know, 80, 90 k's one side to the other. I've got two guys on the other side of the city who sent me messages today. When are you coming to sign us in? Well, hang on, you know, I'm over this side of town today. I'll be over that side, you know, the next few days. We'll get to you, don't worry, you won't miss out.
Oh, you know.
That's the power of what you have in your hand.
Yeah.
And you know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. And there's nothing to stand back and sort of shakily hand somebody a CD. You've got a powerful tool in your hand. All you need to do is you need to take that CD, or you take that email address, or you send that link. This is what I'm doing, Dan. Do you want to be a part of that or not? And if you don't, I ain't going to ask you again, because I'm not going to beg.
Wow. Look, I hope everybody's getting these incredible nuggets that you're giving us. You know,
it's not that special, really.
Well, you know, it is. It is because there's a few things that are standing out to me is that you have posture and you have belief. And
well, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
No.
You know, people go around, you know, no disrespect to anyone else, but they go around selling lipstick. And somebody makes a lot of money out of selling lipstick. You know, you have a powerful tool in your hand here. All you need to do is you need to apply it, and don't be ashamed of what you're doing. Simple.
Wow.
To me, it's so simple.
Yeah.
And perhaps that's why we've had, you know, results.
Yeah. Yeah. So can you just go over that lighting a fire just one more time? I just want everybody to really, you know, get that, what you're saying to people, so they can really
Naomi, you've just seen the presentation that I've showed you. And to me, you've said a few things. You've said that you want a little bit of extra money. You'd like to be in business. You'd like to stay home. You'd like to have the car, boat or new house. $625 and a few years of effort will set you free for that. Now, two questions. One, are you in? Second, are you out? Now, if you're in, we will help you to develop underneath you. We will plug you into the system. It's your choice, yes or no.
That's brilliant. Wow, you know, if you've gotten something out of tonight's webinar, can you just raise your hand or wave it or do anything like that? I mean, hands are going up. People are going crazy here, Hank. You know, what you've said tonight, I know it's there. I know it's in the system, but what you've given people is you know, belief. That the fact that, you know, we need to have belief in what we've got, because this is incredible. You know, I'm the same. I've never, you know, in all my years I've done teaching, I've done business. You know, there is nothing like this. You know, nothing can give you this freedom. Nothing can give you this lifestyle. I've traveled, you know, it's not even 3 years, and I've traveled all around the world. You know, making a great income. You know, this is what you're giving to people. You know, this is what you're giving.
Yeah. You have a very, very powerful tool in your hand, and so from my own perspective, I don't want to muck around with it too long. Let's just get it done. We'll get it done once. We'll get it done right, and we'll be free.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic.
You want to join?
I do. I want to join it. You know what?
There you go.
For me, I would listen to that and say, I don't want to be left out. I don't want to be left behind. And that's why people are calling you. Make sure you come over here. I don't want to be left out. You know, I want to be up the top there. You know, I want to be part of this. You know, you're creating that eager want with people.
So if I can just say one more thing before we finish, and I know it's taking a long time.
No, this
so
is, everybody's loving this, so go for it,
just,
Hank.
Just one more thing, is that, sorry, I've lost my train of thought now, I feel silly. But you know what, doesn't matter. No, it's gone completely. I'll remember it after we're finished.
It always happens,
so, you know,
doesn't it?
if I can do it, and I've got a terrible memory, you know, anyone can do it. It's that simple.
Absolutely. Wow, you know, I'm sure, you know, everyone's really grateful that you've come on tonight. Does anyone have any questions, you know, some quick questions that, you know, if you've got a question that you want to, you know, send to Hank or to myself, is there anything that you wouldn't want us to cover with that? Okay, so there's a few comments here. Wow, amazing, confident, straight shooting. Thanks, Hank. Zanya says, what link does he send people to?
Is it Making a Lifestyle?
Yep, Make a Lifestyle, the presentation.
Make a Lifestyle, that one. That is brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic.
Yeah, so, you know, people are sending you messages all over the place. All you need to do is you need to listen, because they'll give you the clues that you need to build your business quick, because everyone's looking.
Yeah.
Everyone I've met's looking.
Yep, absolutely. So thank you so much, Hank. We really appreciate you coming on tonight and sharing, you know, so many great things, and you know, it's exciting to see what happens for you over the next 90 days, and you know, everybody that got onto this, if you really grasp what he's saying and you know, take that advice, you know, you will be there within the next 90 days too. This next 90 days can just bring huge changes for you and your business and your life. So just go for it. Don't, you know, like, what did you say before about going slow? It was a really good statement.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, exactly. So that's...
It doesn't compute with me. You know, you've got a powerful tool in your hand. Just go and do it and get it done quick. And the sooner it's done, the sooner the income comes, the sooner the freedom comes.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So thank you everyone for coming on tonight. You know, very excited to see what's going to happen in the next 90 days for everybody, and have a great night, and looking forward to hearing lots of great reports. Okay, good night. Thanks again, Hank.
Thank you.
Bye.